Boundless. Hello, world. It's Curtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. Man, I started off my day. A buddy of mine called me at 5 a.m. I hadn't heard from him in a while. And I'm like, I instantly answer the phone. And I mean, I was already up for an hour. I was actually reading the Bible at the moment. So I answered. I was like, what's up, buddy, man? You never call me at 5 a.m. What's going on? Like, I instantly thought something was wrong. And he just said, man, I saw you post your video. You're always up at 4 a.m. posting these videos and stuff. And so I knew you was awake. And I was awake, and I was just thinking about you, so I wanted to reach out to you. And I was like, oh, right on, man. I kind of, my heart was kind of going because I was just like, man, I hope something's not wrong. Like, I thought I was about to have to drive to help you out. And he's like, no, man, no, dude. I actually was calling you because you've been on my mind lately, and I just wanted to just show a gratitude of appreciation by saying thank you and lift you up and tell you that your videos and how you just continue to post on social media, and your wife, you both are just doing uplifting messages and being leaders and mentoring people and inspiring people. And we need more people out there on this earth. And I'm just grateful that you're my people and I get to see it daily. And I just want to tell you, I appreciate you, man. And don't stop doing it because it's helped me on days, even when I didn't tell you, it's really helped me. I was like, man, thank you, dude. And we just started talking about life and what's going on in our lives. Because again, I haven't talked to him in a while. So we're just catching up. I was like, whoa, man, other than the coronavirus, this year has been a little challenging. My wife and I, we both, her vehicle just passed 100,000 miles. Mine was my work truck, so it was over 200, but it was running steady. And then both of our motors blew in the same month. And he's like, man, I was like, dude, I know. It's like, getting tested out there. And he's like, well, just remember, man, what don't kill you makes you stronger. I was like, I know, right? And then I said, man, but that's a choice. If you don't allow it to kill you, it makes you stronger. And he's like, what you mean? Well, he's like, yeah. He's like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, man, my brother-in-law just passed away. I just went to his funeral last week. And see, it was the opposite for him and a lot of people I see in life. Because, see, he was dealing with his best friend dying over 10 years ago. And the thing is he could never get over that pain of his best friend dying. And see, what it was he already was a drinker. He liked to have his adult beverages. But see, the thing is once his best friend had passed away, it was like drinking a poison. You drink a poison and say it's not killing you instantly, like, say, for instance, deep fried foods, candy, sodas, all that crap we're putting in our body, that poison that we're putting in our body. It doesn't kill us immediately. Chewing pain pills, Xanax, whatever, even the people doing meth, heroin, it doesn't kill them instantly, but it slowly kills them. Working at a job that you hate, being in a toxic relationship. Now, I'm not telling you just to walk away from everything that is somewhat killing you. A lot of my videos, I talk about looking in the man in the mirror. So, for instance, my marriage, it was on the struggle bus for a while, and it wasn't like, hey, let's just give up on it and then go into another relationship and bring that same toxic poison into that. It was, how can I be the man in the mirror and take initiative for myself and be intentional about fixing this solution, right? And there was times where it was like, man, this sucks, and we could have got depressed. There have been times where maybe we was down in dumps, depressed, and see, stress is like a poison too. It can kill you just as easily as anything else. You can have a heart attack, bam, drop, and your life's over. So just like for my brother-in-law, it had got to him so bad to where it just becomes such an everyday thing that it started to rule his life, and he got in an automobile accident, drinking and driving, and lost his life. He's like, man, I'm sorry to hear that. And I said, the thing is we're drinking those poisons. We're going into those jobs that we hate. We're being in those relationships and pointing fingers and not taking initiative for ourselves. I'm not saying this is everyone or you're guilty of doing this, but none of us are perfect. So I'm sure there's something in our lives, everyone out here, that they're allowing something or not doing something, knowing that it's killing them. Even if it's like, I need to work out today. I know that I've got inside me to invest in a business, but I'm just too scared. So that scarcity mindset, the worry, the anxiety, it could be killing you. We're robbing ourselves of just so many amazing days of our lives to stay complacent. And when you're comfortable, you won't change. So sometimes drinking that poison is comfortable because you think that the change is going to be more uncomfortable. So it's not exactly comfortable in that poison. It's just a little bit more comfortable than the fear of the unknown, of going into something and not knowing if you'll succeed. But if you go into it saying, I'm going to keep going until I succeed, then you will. See, the best apology is change behavior. So even if you're sorry to yourself for drinking that poison, the best apology is change behavior. Put down that bottle of poison. Start putting in those applications for a new job. Start writing a business plan. Start by writing the first sentence in your book. Start by reading that first chapter in a book that's going to teach you to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. See, those setbacks is what sets us up for a comeback, right? Like some of the best stories you'll hear of these most successful people that achieved their dreams and goals, it took them going down to their low. It took them having a failure. It took them having that guilt and the shame and the burden and the worry, anxiety, depression, the anger. It took that to push them to a place where they had enough. Say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's time for my comeback. Because see, you have it in you to do whatever you want to do. It's all about a choice. Just keep going until you get your turnaround. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen next year. Man, I'll tell you the anger issues I had, it stemmed from when I was a child. So it was like 25 years of really being angry, and I hid it a lot of times. I did stuff by being the jokester and the prankster and like I was just bottling it in. I did a lot of times by smoking weed and just bottling in, so it didn't seem like I was angry because I was high as hell. But the thing is I knew that it was on the inside. And if you've got something on your inside, you know that you want to go after, and you know that there's something that's holding you back, you know that there's something keeping you from being boundless, then it's just going to keep bottling up, and eventually it's going to explode. And I pray for you that it never gets to that point. And I'm just here to speak from you because I did allow it to get to that point. I got it to where I was pushing my wife away, my friends away, my family. I was pushing myself away. I was getting myself down in the pit. I was struggling to control my mind and all the bad thoughts that were just coming in there, the toxic thoughts. I was letting it all master me instead of becoming a master of my body, mind, and soul and just going in the right direction and taking that action. So the thing is, I struggled to look behind, and that's where a lot of that poison was too, because it was like guilt, shame, mess up, burden, did this wrong, did that wrong, could have done this better, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? And I learned that I had to focus on today, because when I started focusing on today and not trying to win this year, like, hey, I'm going to just work my butt off because it's got to be an amazing year, but instead, like, let's win this minute. Let's win this hour. Let's win this day, because you start putting those winning days together and you're going to start winning the months. You're going to start winning the years. And you know what? Give yourself the grace. See, that was one of the biggest poisons I had, was I was never giving myself grace for those days that I failed. That was part of that poison that I was drinking. That was part of me allowing it to kill me instead of make me better. I was getting bitter instead of better, and it's just one letter, folks. It just takes one letter to switch it and switch your mindset. It's just that same, just as easy. See, we didn't get here overnight. Like I said, it was 25 years in the making, so it's not going to happen overnight. And just remind yourself of that. You know what? I am making a decision to become a better version of myself, but you know what? I'm going to fall at times. I'm going to mess up. I might pick up that poison and drink it again. But you shift as fast as you can and say, no, I'm not going back to that. Good job, devil. You tried. That was the old me. That's not me today. And I'm better than that. I've learned those lessons. I've hit my head against the walls enough time where I'm not going to do that stupid mistake again. I'm human. I'm imperfect. So I made that mistake again. But you know what? I'm going back. I'm turning around and I'm going to keep on striving. It all starts with looking the man in the mirror. I'm not here to talk down to you or point out your flaws or anything like that. I'm just telling you, for me, that's what it took. It took look at myself in the mirror and say, Curtis, what do you want to change about yourself? You know that there's some things that you want to change. Curtis, what are the things that you want to achieve in life? And what are you doing and what are you not doing to achieve those things? It all starts with the man in the mirror. Becoming that leader. Being that inspiration to other people, just like my friend called me. He's like, man, you're pushing me to continue to become the balanced version of myself. And man, I was so appreciative of that. It meant the world to me. And it's like, you know what, like everything that I'm doing, even if I don't see it immediately, you may not see the results immediately. You know, if you've been drinking that toxin for a long time, it may have killed you. It may have put some wrinkles on your forehead, you know. It may put some gray hairs in you. It may put some stress and worry and burden. It may put some thoughts that come in your mind. And every single time you got to, roadblock, nope, stiff arm. I'm not going to think that way no more. They'll pop in your mind, I promise you. It could just take a song. It could just take seeing something on TV, on the road, or whatever. Hearing somebody's voice, seeing somebody on social media. Those thoughts can just pop up. And see, the thing is, you know, you're not always in control of your thoughts. Sometimes it's what we're putting into us. You know, sometimes it's our past, but you can control it once it comes in your mind to continue allowing it to stew like that poison, you know, versus that one sip comes in you. You know what? I'm not sipping no more. I'm going to stop it in its place. I'm going to let it make me stronger and not kill me. Taking that ownership, I am responsible for my brokenness, my failures, but I'm also responsible for my breakthrough. I'm responsible for my healing. I'm responsible for my action. I'm responsible for me. I'm responsible for thinking this happened to me. I'm sorry. This happened for me, not to me. It happened for you. Whatever you're going through, I know it's hard to see right now, but it happened for you. So it could bless you. You got to choose to let it not kill you. You got to choose that you're going to use this as your breakthrough. You're going to choose that this is not a setback that was to hurt you, is made for your comeback that's going to make you amazing, make you the best version of yourself. Even if you just went through a bad relationship and it failed, it don't matter, because you know what? Now use those lessons when you go to pick your new partner in life. Take your time. There's no rush to just jump into another relationship. Make sure it's the person that you have the same core values and ethics and morals, and you want to go in the same direction, and their dreams matter to you and your dreams matter to them. Like that you can be a team. That's even, you know, I go back to the Bible where it says don't have sex before you're married, because all those things that stew, it gets you emotional. And then you know what, next thing you know, like you could have a kid with somebody on accident. I mean, like obviously it wasn't on accident, but having the baby, you know, it happens all the time. And then you're stuck with somebody that you were like, man, was I really wanting to spend the rest of my life with them? You know, rushing into a job. You know what, something that I had never done, and then I had heard someone else do, was a buddy of mine, he's living in Texas. He was talking about how he was looking for a new job, and he was actually researching about the companies before he applied at them, making sure that their core values and their dreams and their actions and what they do and the non-for-profits that they support and everything all aligned with him. He ended up applying, got the job, and now he's happier than ever. See, he made that decision that you know what? I've had the wrong jobs before. I'm not going to let it kill me. I'm going to make it stronger. And you can make that same choice. You have it within you. I don't care if you made some bad choices yesterday. I don't care if you made some bad choices this morning. You have the possibility inside you to turn it around right now. And I invite you to do that. I challenge you to do that. I don't care if you mess up at lunchtime, turn it around at 1 o'clock. I don't care if you mess up again at 5, turn it around at 5:30. I don't care how many times you fall down. You fall down 7 times, you get back up 8 times. You fall down 76 times, you get up 77. You have that in you. Don't give up. Don't let it kill you. Let it make you stronger. I hope this helped you. I hope this inspires you. I hope you give yourself grace, mercy for those days that you was drinking that poison. It's okay. We're humans. We do it. A lot of the way of the world, they say it's okay. In plenty of states, it's okay to get high. In plenty of states, it's okay to drink yourself to death. It's acceptable in this world, a lot of these things. It's no big deal. We're in a toxic relationship. I know these people, man, this husband and wife, they've been together, I think, like 25 years now. And I've been around them and they still cuss each other. F you, mother. I was there one day and the husband was looking for something and he blamed the wife for moving in. She's like, I didn't effing move it. Where'd you effing put it? F you, B. She's like, suck a D. F you, blah, 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 calling each other names. Dude ended up finding it in his barn, his workshop that she never goes into. He never came back and said, I'm sorry. They never talked through it. They just acted like nothing ever happened. And they'll go around telling everybody man, we love each other. Man, that's a poison. You're drinking. I ain't never saw a smile on your face when you're talking to each other like that. Sometimes taking that poison, you need help not to anymore. I think they need marriage counseling in a bad way. I don't disagree that they love each other. But man, how much more amazing would their relationship be if they just both looked at themselves in the mirror and said, man, we got some junk that we need to get through and we need help. Let's go to marriage counseling. Because then they can not only love each other, they could have an amazing marriage. Unfortunately, my kids witnessed that one time when they were talking like that. So now I'm having to make sure that I unteach them that is not okay. And I don't want my kids to have that type of relationship. I'm doing this because I don't want my kids to be drinking those toxins because they saw their mommy or daddy doing it. Man, I saw mommy and daddy smoking that weed. I smell that. You know what? I remember that smell. They may be 13 and around some buddies and be like, oh, that's the smell I've been smelling. I'm going to do it too because my mommy and daddy. I'm going to go chase money instead of a career, instead of a calling like mommy and daddy. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to drink that poison just like my mom and dad because I want to be just like my mom and dad. That's when my life really started to change, and I knew it. I knew that I had always told myself that once I had a kid, it was no longer about me. And I wish I wouldn't have had that saying. I wish I would have been more intentional about getting all this crap, out of me before I had kids, because then it was kind of a little bit of a mess when I started having kids. But it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. You know what? Sometimes it takes something hitting you at your low, hitting you in the gut, having a baby to be like, man, it changed me. Sometimes you got to go through life, and that's why I say it didn't happen to you. It happened for you. If you're at your low right now, it happened for you, and that's what it took for you to make a change. It took my wife taking her wedding ring off for me to be like, man, I've got to nip this in the bud because I do not want to lose that woman. She means everything to me, and not only to me, but to my kids. And the kids seeing their healthy parents together, like that means everything to me. And the crap that I witnessed as a kid growing up that was so toxic, like me showing my kids, I swear one of my biggest dreams in life is my kids one day saying, Daddy, man, you love your mom. Or Mom, you really love Dad. Like imagine if that's what your kids say versus turning and picking up that family curse, that same cycle, that same poison that's just killing them. Maybe you're not going to have kids. What about your nieces and your nephews? What if your siblings are toxic and you're the change that your nieces and nephews want to see? Man, my niece reached out to me and asked me to make a video. And actually, I just saw that my other niece's significant other has been watching my videos. So what you're doing, you may not have kids right now or never want to have kids, but what you're doing can affect your whole family line. This is generational, folks. You taking that action and saying, I am not going to let it kill me. I'm going to let it make me stronger so that I can help my whole family become stronger. Look at Dr. Martin Luther King. Man, he made that choice to become the best version of himself, and he's changed the world. He's influenced the world. What you're doing is important. It can change the world. You may not want to do motivational speaking, but you may become the best nurse at the hospital you work at. You may become the best business owner where every employee loves their job, like they're seeking to work at your place of employment. You may have it in you to make the best non-for-profit that changes lives, and it's generational. You may be changing other kids' lives that you don't even know. That book you're writing can change the world and be out for years. It could be, how many books have you picked up and it's like, man, this book was written in like 1894. So this doesn't just end with you, and when your life ends, if you make a decision. I hope this helped you all. If you know somebody it would, or it did help you, just put that like, that share, that comment. Give me some feedback. I love it. I love the phone calls. Yes, I do. But also I love it when people give comments, so that way other people can see the comments. They can put some feedback. Let me know where you decided not to allow something to kill you. You allowed it to make it stronger. Let me know a place or a poison that you used to drink that you no longer drink anymore. It's going to be hard to admit it, but be authentic, because that's just another time where you can rejoice and celebrate when you say, you know what, that I defeated that, and it's not coming back in my life. It's not that poison that's going to kill my life anymore. I love you all. Every single day, we're just getting a step closer to being boundless. Have a great day.